Hello everybody, I'm finally back. I've got my internet fixed, I've got my sound fixed, so hopefully I should be back making videos as normal. I'm not going to give you an extraneous explanation because apparently that offends people, but whatever, let's just move on. I'm not really a big fan of women's magazines, nor men's magazines for that matter, because they both seem to represent men and women in really simplistic ways. And maybe that's just me being snobby and snootish, but that's the way I feel about them. But I was thumbing through this one out of sheer boredom, and I came to this one, this page, and it's Carol McGiffin's opinion page, where she talks about various stories and how she views them. If you don't know, Carol McGiffin is a presenter of Loose Women, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's kind of like a slightly more saucy version of The View. The View in America is kind of more political, whereas Loose Women here is kind of more like, oh, he's dishy, ain't he? Oh, he's dishy. I'd really like to ride his pogo stick. You know, really kind of lecherous programming for women, really. And she's one of the presenters on it. She's one of the regulars. And she's decided to impart her wisdom on the story of Scott and Thomas More. It's explained in the article. I'll just read you the article and you'll get the gist of it. The title, first of all, is named. The title is "Oh Boy, Oh Girl, Oh Boy." You'll get why that sounds rather condescending after I've read it to you. Okay, here we go. It's hard to know where to start with the story about Scott and Thomas More, who are married and live in California. They were born women but now live as a male couple. Thomas has had full gender reassignment surgery, but Scott hasn't, so reproductively speaking, he's a woman. I would prefer, as someone who supports the rights of transsexuals and transgender people, the term female, because woman is more of a personality thing. Female would probably be a better, more appropriate word, but let's not nitpick. Carrying on. He's now pregnant with a son from the sperm of a friend. I'm quite liberal when it comes to transgender and same-sex families, but on this one I don't know whether I'm coming or going. And I doubt they do either. God help them, especially their kids. That seems rather... I don't really know what to say. I'm sure you can probably gauge what my response to this is, because personally I view this article quite negatively. That's all I'll say so far. Because up here where it says Carol McGiffin, she's frank, funny and feisty, oh really, it also has a little bit of information saying get in touch with Carol at carol.mcgiffin@closermag.co.uk. So that's what I'll do. Let the record show that I'm sending this email to Carol McGiffin. Dear Carol, I'm not a regular reader of Closer magazine. Not that I look down on the magazine's readers. It's simply not my thing. In fact, I must admit, I was only thumbing through it out of boredom. But one page in the magazine which did hold my interest was your section in which you talk about a number of different topics. In the 6th to the 12th of February edition, I noticed you talked about the story of Scott and Thomas More, two female-to-male transsexuals who have decided to bring life into this world. I must say I was surprised at your response to this story, especially considering you describe yourself in the article as quite liberal when it comes to transgender or same-sex families. I guess the quote I am most perturbed by is, "On this one I don't know whether I'm coming or going," and I doubt they do either. Upon reading this, I must ask, considering you describe yourself as quite liberal when it comes to cases such as these, what makes this couple different? What sets them apart from the other couples that you must have come across? Because I honestly can't imagine what it would be if you are ordinarily quite liberal in this respect. Secondly, what makes you think that Scott and Thomas are not sure whether they are coming or going? What makes you think they haven't put a whole lot of time and careful consideration into bringing a child into this world? I look forward to your response, Jacob. So, we'll see if we get a response from Carol McGiffin, and if we do, I'm really interested into what she thinks about this, and I want to find out more about her opinions on this case. If I don't get a response in, I don't know, like a week, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks at a push, I will assume she's not going to reply. I don't know whether that's the protocol. I don't know how long it takes to get a response from this kind of thing. But that's just how long I'm prepared to wait. And that might sound kind of dickish, but this is YouTube, so deal with it, Carol. Yeah, so after about a week, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks at a push, I think I'm going to talk about why I find this... I'll talk about why I view this the way I do, a bit more openly than I have in this video. So, I guess we'll see what she's got to say, or not. Hopefully we will though. Goodbye.